Good afternoon, Dunkirk and Fredonia listeners, and welcome to High Noon Friday, Fredonia's longest-running variety radio program, brought to you by WCVF 88.9 The Voice and WDVL 89.5 The Inferno. I'm Kowalyk.
And I'm Hunter Halterman. Today's episode is available streaming worldwide at FredoniaRadio.com.
Coming up, we will have news, sports, and weather. But first, campus news. Last Thursday, SUNY Fredonia President Stephen Collison sent out an update on the positive COVID-19 case numbers on campus. As of his update, there was only one active positive case on campus. Collison attributed the low number of positive cases to the fact that 97% of students are vaccinated. Collison says he is, quote, very pleased, end quote, and hopes this trend continues. Because of the low numbers and high vaccination rate among students, Collison explained that health professionals and COVID-19 committees will be reviewing the current protocols set in place. Collison said he will update us soon whether the changes in our safety protocols will be taking place. Next week is Advising Week, where students are required to meet with academic advisors to create their schedules for next semester. Students should remember to set up a meeting with their advisor before they register for classes. The first day of advising is Monday, October 25th. Students in the honors program select their classes first, followed by seniors, juniors, sophomores, and freshmen. Students can use the course search feature to find the classes that best fit their schedule and major requirements. Fall Sweep, a community service event offered to all Student Association recognized clubs, will be returning once again on November 6th. The event was canceled last year due to COVID-19. Fall Sweep is organized by the Applied Communication Association and the Public Relations Student Society of America. Students will be given a rake and will work with the student group of their choice to rake leaves between Temple Street and Birchwood Street area. Students can sign up by contacting the participating club they are involved in.
Thank you, Chloe. Today we'll be having our classically chaotic segment, Trivia, slightly after 12. We will also be listening to a few of our weekly segments, such as Just the Facts, The Phantom Zone, Game Show Dissect, and I Love Music.
Let's start with our local news and sports updates prepared by Cascio and Trevor, followed by our weather update prepared and read by Jules. What's going on, Cascio?
Good afternoon, Fredonia. I'm Cascio Fonseca, and this is your High Noon Friday weekly news. In local news for this week, 2 North County towns will be receiving funding for water infrastructure. U.S. Senator Kirsten Gillibrand announced the town of Westfield will receive $920,000 in grants and $1.8 million in loans to construct a public water distribution system. The town of Dunkirk will receive a $2.9 million grant to improve approximately 12.9 thousand linear feet of 8-inch water main in the town of Dunkirk Shorewoods Water District. The funding was allocated through the U.S. Department of Agriculture Water and Waste Disposal Loan and Grant Program and will be used to modernize rural drinking water and wastewater infrastructure throughout the state. In other local news, the Fredonia Wind Ensemble returned to live performances this past weekend. Music composed by Leonard Bernstein for West Side Story along with Lincolnshire Posey, considered the masterwork for Wind Band by Percy Granger, highlighted the State University of New York and Fredonia Wind Ensemble's concert last Saturday in King Concert Hall. It was the ensemble's first public concert since March 2nd of 2019.
Hello everyone, my name is Trevor Hauer here with your High Noon Friday Sports Update. Week 6 in the NFL is officially over after your Buffalo Bills took a heartbreaking loss to the Tennessee Titans on Monday Night Football by a final score of 34-31. On a 4th and inches situation inside the Tennessee 5-yard line, the Bills were stopped at the line of scrimmage to put the game on ice. The Bills and Titans are both 4-2, while the Ravens hold the number 1 seed in the AFC, having the record of 5-1. Bad news for Browns fans as they go into this weekend's Week 7 matchup versus Denver, as Browns quarterback Baker Mayfield is sidelined with a shoulder injury. Case Keenum will start as Cleveland's backup. The MLB postseason Final Four picture is fully painted as the Astros and Red Sox are knotted up in the ALCS 2-2, and the Atlanta Braves have a 2-1 series lead over the Dodgers in the NLCS. The Red Sox made postseason history as they were the only team to hit 3 Grand Slams in one playoff series. The Braves look for their first pennant since the late 1990s as they try to put the Dodgers away in the National League Championship Series. In the NHL, your local Buffalo Sabres are undefeated as we speak, as they defeated the Vancouver Canucks at home by a final score of 5-2 on Tuesday night. Zemgus Girgensons, Jeff Skinner, Kyle Oposo, Tage Thompson, and Rasmus Asplund contributed with goals And veteran goalie Craig Anderson won in between the pipes, stopping 32 Vancouver shots. The Sabres look to go 4-0-0 on the season with a big victory over the Boston Bruins tonight, only on ESPN+. You've been listening to your sports update on High Noon Friday on WCBF 88.9 The Voice and WDVL 89.5 The Inferno.
The Northern Chicago Weather Update, being brought to you by Fredonia Radio Systems.
Good afternoon, Fredonia. I'm your resident weather girl here, Jules Hoepting, and I'm bringing you the latest in the temperatures, the winds, and the precipitation for the Fredonia area. The next few days will be averaging in the 50s, which is much more on par with autumn weather than we have been experiencing lately. Rest in peace, 70 and 80-degree days. I look forward to your rebirth next year. Today, slight chance of showers before 11 a.m., partly sunny with a high near 55, north wind 7 to 9 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 44. Tomorrow, partly sunny with a high near 54. Tomorrow night, mostly cloudy with a low around 42. Sunday, chance of showers after 2 p.m., partly sunny with a high near 55. And Sunday night, chance of showers continues, mostly cloudy with a low around 40. Well, there you have it, folks, your 3-day weather report. Now we're just 1 week away from Halloween, the night where we delight in fright. Be sure to prep those costumes for outdoor weather so the autumn breeze doesn't make you freeze. I'm Jules Hoepting. Let's take it on back to our hosts.
Thanks, guys. We're going to dive right into our weekly segments. To start, here's Just the Facts. Hello, and welcome back to this week's episode of Just the Facts, where we're going to talk about facts, only facts, and absolutely no opinions. Today, I am joined with my friends Chloe.
Hello.
And Alex.
Hello.
Alex may be a little stuffy.
Yeah, it's well, what's our topic for today, Hunter?
Our topic for today, Alex, is accidental inventions.
The worst invention in the world's got to be allergies. I hate them. I got dust just dumped on me today, and I'm suffering.
Absolutely agree.
I'm a
Agreed.
little rough right now, but got to power through for just the facts. I want to talk about
of
these
course.
facts.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you're so adamant on it, we'll start off with you.
All right.
What is your accidental invention story?
My accidental invention story has to do with Play-Doh. So Play-Doh was originally invented in the 1930s as a wallpaper cleaner to remove soot burned from coal in people's homes. Now, see, the thing about that is in the 1930s, we invented this beautiful thing called What are you doing, Chloe? Chloe's dying over there.
As soon as you mentioned
earlier-
Play-Doh, she's just dying.
Because earlier
What?
you mentioned that we were all doing snacks in the group chat. And it just now clicked in my head because I didn't fully read the messages. And I was like, oh, nice, because I saw what Hunter was going to talk about and I knew what I was going to talk about. And then you said Play-Doh and I was like, oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry.
Well, anyways, now that Chloe's interrupted.
I didn't mean to. You interrupted yourself because you acknowledged me.
I did.
I moved away from the mic to be
I did.
quiet.
I just had to acknowledge it, though. It was kind of
Fair.
funny. But Play-Doh was invented as a cleaner. See, the thing about the 1930s is we invented this amazing thing called electricity and light bulbs that use electricity.
Thomas Edison.
Yes. So you don't, and, electric heaters. So you don't really need to burn coal anymore. So Play-Doh was like, whoops, what do we do now? And then someone in the Play-Doh office, I'm sure, was like, let the kids eat it. And then now we're here. Now it's a children's play toy. But we've all eaten a little bit of Play-Doh.
I have not actually eaten Play-Doh.
Me
What?
neither.
What? Oh, now I feel dumb. Now I feel silly.
You eat
Oh, man.
paste.
Yeah, it was kind of tasty when I was a kid, but
What does
I
it
wouldn't
taste
doubt it.
like?
Play-Doh.
Imagine they came out with Play-Doh
Okay.
flavors.
Oh, that'd be horrible. Kids would die. It's like tangy.
Tangy?
I assume it's a bit like eating clay.
I've never eaten
Well, I've never
clay,
eaten clay.
so-
I think I've eaten a
Yeah.
tiny bit. What is your fact about your accidental invention, Chloe?
I will tell you my fact about the accidental invention that I found. So, also in the 1930s, I'm pretty sure that's what you said.
Yes.
Yes, Ruth Wakefield, the owner of the Toll House Inn in Whitman, Massachusetts, accidentally, she added chocolate bar pieces. Like, she broke up a chocolate bar, put them in her cookie batter. And then, like, she assumed that they were going to melt into the cookies when she baked them, but they didn't. And that's how we have chocolate chip cookies.
Wow. Do you like chocolate chip cookies, Chloe?
I do. I made you guys, like, 5 batches of them.
You
remember?
did. They were very tasty.
Should make
I'm
more.
glad. When I have access to an oven, I will.
Well,
We have an oven.
Surprise, surprise, Chloe Kowalyk.
We have an oven and a cookie sheet. Singular
Yes.
cookie sheet.
I
One
have
cookie sheet.
measuring cups. Okay,
We
so we'll make
also have
cookies.
measuring
also have
cups.
measuring
But
cups.
ours won't be on accident. Ours are on purpose.
Exactly.
What?
Mhm.
Or
Very
excellent
Oh,
inventions. There you go.
There you
I
go,
got
man.
it
There you go, buddy.
now. You know, along with my nose, my head's a little muddied, I guess.
That's okay. I've been there.
Oh man.
So was
Um,
she just trying to make like chocolate cookies?
I think that's what she was trying to do. Like, she's going for probably like a rich chocolate taste by putting like actual chocolate bar in it. And I think she was probably really surprised when they came out of the oven and the chocolate was still intact and the
Mm.
rest of the cookie was still like that tannish color.
What a silly goose.
Ruth Rakefield is quite the silly goose.
Ruth is a certified
Ruth.
goose. Unbelievable.
So I'll be honest. I actually found her accidental invention while I was looking for mine.
yeah.
It was an accident. She was making chocolate cookies, and so instead she used Nestle kind of things. And later on, now we have the Nestle semi-sweet chocolate chips.
Oh. So you fact checked Chloe.
Did you use Snopes?
Maybe. So my accidental invention for today. We all enjoy a potato chip, don't we?
Oh yes.
I think that's been made abundantly clear.
Not Pringles, but potato chips. I do
Yes,
enjoy.
Pringles aren't
yes,
chips,
Pringles
but
not
that's-
chips.
That's another issue. Another episode.
See our previous episode on potato chips.
Uh-huh.
Well, in 1953, a customer in Saratoga, New York, complained that his French fried potatoes were too thick and mushy. The chef, George Crumb, then sliced a potato very thinly and fried them out of spite, thus creating the potato chip.
I like that they were made out of spite. That adds
Yes,
something else to
That
it.
does add something else.
It
to
adds that salt.
What's your favorite chip?
I was just going to ask that.
I stole it from you.
Baked
That's really mean.
Lay's Baked Original.
Ooh,
Me too. That's also my
that's a
favorite.
Good one.
What's
Airy,
yours?
crisp, perfect.
I really like either kettle chips or sun chips.
Yeah,
Big
I haven't
fan.
had Sun Chips in a really long time, but I remember liking them. Like,
What's,
They're
way
very tasty.
back.
what's your favorite flavor for Sun Chip?
Oh, cheddar.
oh,
Oh, cheddar all the way. Okay.
Yes.
I was going original, but you know.
Oh.
Lame.
But anyways, thank you for listening to today's episode of Just the Facts. Tune in next week at the same time, same place, and we'll be back for another fun episode with you.
Okay, goodbye.
There we go.
Thank you. Next up is the Phantom Zone.
Welcome back to the Phantom Zone.
By we, I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. Alec Wright, your favorite person, still floating around in the Phantom Zone.
And your other host, Ben Anderson.
I have taken Jackson's spot, and I hope to remain here permanently. The rest of the Phantom Zone is very cold, and I didn't bring a jacket. I'm in jorts.
You're in jorts?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, they're more like Daisy Dukes. I cut them myself. I was having a beach party.
Before the Phantom Zone?
Well, when I got abducted, yes.
Okay. I guess it's a bit of a different thing that we watched this week.
We watched something of quality.
Oh god, I can't believe we've done that.
Yeah, we've actually sunk to a new low of things people might enjoy watching.
Because we didn't want to watch another reality show, I guess.
Reality's come too close to fiction these days, so might as well go to fiction.
We watched Monster Squad.
Absolutely fantastic movie.
It was. I don't know. This is my second time viewing it overall.
I think,
Very good.
I don't know how many times I've seen it. I at least watched it a few times when I was younger.
Mm,
This is my first time probably in the past, probably 5 or 6 years.
yes. I mean, I've seen clips a lot. In a sense.
Any favorite clips you've seen before you watched this movie?
Wolfman got nards.
Wolfman does have nards.
Yes.
That's, if there's anything to take away from this movie, it's that. It's funny because I'm a big fan of these Universal monster movies.
Mhm.
I rewatch them from time to time, usually around Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
After watching Monster Squad, I now have a different appreciation for those original monster movies, because I'm kind of thinking the people in those movies really sucked at killing these monsters, because like a bunch of preteens.
Only one. No, can't say a bunch.
Okay,
There's only one.
Rudy kind of carried it, but fat kid got one.
You mean Horace?
Yes, Horace/fat kid. I have to refer to him as both because a lot of these kids kind of are the same.
Basically, you get the return of all the classic monsters. Let's name them all off.
All right, so you definitely got the Gill Man from The Creature of the Black Lagoon. You got Mummy. You got Dracula, and you get his 3 brides at the beginning. They all get lopped off pretty quick, and then they bring back 3 more later on as just random people he turned into vampires.
Yeah.
You get the Wolfman. You get Frankenstein. That's a little disappointed they didn't have the Invisible Man or the Bride of Frankenstein. They're really not representing women out there, but it was the 80s. Actually, you know what? Maybe Invisible Man was there and we just never saw him.
I guess that's also fair.
I guess that's something I didn't think about.
I've also realized that the Mummy is the biggest chump in this movie.
The Mummy does absolutely nothing. He was briefly in a kid's closet, then he wasn't, and then he grabbed onto a car and fell apart.
Well, he got unraveled.
Again, by Rudy. Rudy really having some great moments, killing basically 7 out of the 8 monsters.
Well, there's just 2 that he didn't kill.
The only one he didn't kill was the Gill Man.
He didn't kill Dracula.
He didn't kill Dracula and he didn't kill the Gill Man. There was it has a nice variety of sets. I kind of like the mansion. The mansion was kind of fun.
Well, I'm pretty sure the mansion just used to be like an old plantation.
Yes, I'm pretty sure this movie took place in the South. One of the kids has a Confederate hat on at one point.
It's also very swampy.
Yes.
Like marsh, I would say.
Yeah, so it's probably taking place in a bayou by you, not a bayou by me.
Right. Well, if you had to rate this movie.
Ooh, if I had to rate it, give me a hot second in order to come up with a rating system and a scale.
Well, you could do stars out of 10.
I'm not doing stars out of 10. I want you to give me your thing first, and then I will retort with mine.
Well, I think it's a good 7 to 7.5 out of 10. Even a light 8.
I think I will give this a solid 28 out of 32 crucifixes for Dracula.
That's a high rating.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what it converts out to. I don't want to do the math.
It's still pretty high.
It's very high. I think it's around roughly what you had.
No, I think it's higher than what I have.
Oh, really?
Yours is like a 90% approval rating?
I highly recommend it. I would also recommend the other movies we talked about. This is my way of forcing you into this. Watch Goonies. Watch Gremlins 2. We might come back to Gremlins 2. That'd be a real fun time.
No, because the Phantom Zone only talks about reality, supernatural things.
Are Gremlins not supernatural?
They aren't reality.
Maybe not the second one, but I think the second one's more fun.
Well, until we meet again,
all right,
ladies and gentlemen.
I guess I'll just float on by.
Yeah.
Another time.
I've been Benjamin Anderson.
I've been Alec Wright, and this has been
The Phantom Zone.
The Phantom Zone.
Thanks for the segment. Next up is Game Show Dissect. Who wants to be a millionaire? Well, everyone, of course. This worldwide show gives you that opportunity. All you have to do is answer 15 simple questions, and you're on your way to becoming that millionaire. How hard are the questions, and do you have what it takes? What have other people done in the past? I'll answer these questions and more today on High Noon Friday's Game Show Dissect with Hunter Halterman. Let's get into it. In the original version, first aired in 1999, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire started out its episodes by featuring 10 contestants to compete in a round called Fastest Finger. It showcased a question where the contestants would have to rank 4 answers in order. For example, here's a clip from the British version from 2001.
Right, here it is. Put these words in the order they occur in the title of the Agatha Christie thriller. Nile, on, death, the.
The person who ranks the choices the fastest moves on to be contestant in the hot seat. In this case, it was Charles Ingram, who got it in 3 seconds, but more on him later. The Fastest Finger round was featured only in select seasons of the series, and is sometimes removed. In its newest 2020 version, however, this is in fact the case. In the hot seat, the contestant would now answer 15 questions mentioned previously, although in the 2010 to 2019 version of the show, it was in fact reduced to 14 questions for reasons not clear. Nonetheless, in most versions of the game, the contestant progressed through the questions as they would get more difficult, thus having progressively larger prize amounts. These amounts changed from version to version, but in the earliest and most recent versions, it went from $100 up to a checkpoint of $1,000 to a checkpoint of $32,000, and then concluded at $1 million.
You've heard of the other three. Charles, give me that check. £500,000. You no longer have that. You just won $1 million!
While answering the questions, the contestant may get stumped and can pick from a few different lifelines to help them. The most popular of these consist Phone a Friend, 50-50, and in the newest version, Ask the Host. In the earliest version of the United States Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, the host was Regis Philbin, and was a major success for a short while. Towards 2001, however, viewers started to get tired of the show being aired so frequently that in June 2002, this ultimately led to the show being canceled by ABC. It was then purchased by CBS in 2002 to air the next season, but Millionaire couldn't compete with Judge Judy or Oprah, so that was again canceled shortly after 2003. ABC picked it back up in 2003, and since then, it has been broadcasted regularly. In the 2009 version, this is when we see the man who was deemed the very first Millionaire winner. IRS worker John Carpenter absolutely blew through the first 14 questions, only struggling on one of them. Having used no lifelines, he proceeded into the 15th and final question with every single one of them left.
Which of these U.S. presidents appeared on the television series Laugh-In? Lyndon Johnson, Richard Nixon, Jimmy Carter, Gerald Ford.
I'd like to call my parents right now.
He was quite cocky after this, as he used one of his lifelines to call his father. In this call, he told his father that he knew the answer was Richard Nixon. He just wanted to call him and tell him that. Before John Carpenter, however, it was an episode featured in the United Kingdom in September 2001. We saw a contestant by the name of Charles Ingram that also got to this level. The problem with this case, however, was that it was widely argued to be a case of cheating. Making his way to the 15th question, he takes a very long time on each one and reads each answer very carefully and slowly. He gets the question right and technically wins $1 million, but after the show ended, another contestant accused Ingram, his wife, and another Fast Finger contestant of cheating. Every time Ingram would read out the answer, the other Fast Finger contestant would cough whenever it reached the right one. In this clip, the coughs are increased in volume.
And I have to say, I don't think I've heard of a Google. I mean, by process of elimination, I actually think it's Google, but I don't know what a Google is.
Although this is an argument that may never be solved, I recommend looking further into the case and determining your own conclusion. That being said, this is all the time I have for today's episode. Tune in next week to Game Show Dissect, where we will venture into the British game shows and discuss the popular Taskmaster. Stay competitive.
Super cool, Hunter. Well done. Next is I Love Music.
Hello and welcome to I Love Music, the show where we take a look at the discography of a musical artist and see how their work has changed over the course of their career. My name is Connor Hockey, and today it is my pleasure to talk about the legendary producer Quincy Jones. Quincy Jones has been making music since the 1950s. He rose to prominence as a jazz musician before transitioning into a producer from the 1970s up into the late 1980s. So let's get started with some of Quincy Jones' late 60s works. This is Love and Peace off of the album Walking in Space. This song will contrast significantly with the later works of Quincy Jones. While this song is very clearly a jazz song, later songs in Jones's career will take a more funk and pop-inspired sound. Another thing about this song, it is extremely light sounding, especially in the beginning. It almost sounds like something you would hear playing on the radio during Christmas time, which makes sense as the song is titled Love and Peace. Moving on to some of Quincy Jones' early 80s. Jazz Corner of the World, off of the album Back on the Block.
A tribute to the Birdman, the father of Birdland, a masterpiece of release of Horn's words and the musical great salute the late. Mentor, inventor of a sound that dates back from bebop to pop and pop to hip-hop. We fuse the times of jazz and rhymes and got Kumo D and Big Daddy Kane to bring on the legends. Kane hit the name.
One of the most interesting things about the song is the congruence of both hip-hop and jazz. Hip-hop as a genre owes a lot to early jazz, and it seems appropriate that Quincy Jones both acknowledges this influence and celebrates it in this song.
No one goes the mile like Miles Davis. Watch how he plays this trumpet and pump it just like a mechanic handles a tool. Here's the rebirth of the cool. What kind of noise can a string bring, making you swing and sing things of a musical fling? Well, listen to this star. Next up is oh, George Benson, bringing the guitar.
Quincy Jones is a very unique producer, which is probably why he's celebrated so much amongst rap, funk, and jazz artists around the world. I mean, it makes complete sense, because no one does it like Quincy Jones.
Thanks for the segment. Now let's bring it to Cascio with the international news.
Hello again, Fredonia. Here is your national news update. In national news for this week, the Food and Drug Administration authorized booster doses of the COVID-19 vaccines made by Moderna and Johnson & Johnson following unanimous votes by a committee of independent advisors backing the boosters last week. In a related decision, the FDA also authorized boosters that differ from the vaccine originally used to immunize a person against COVID-19. So, for instance, a person who got a Johnson & Johnson vaccine could receive one from Moderna or Pfizer as a booster. The regulatory moves open the gate for boosters to be used more widely, as in September, the FDA authorized a booster dose of the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine. In other interesting national news, check your onions now, as a salmonella outbreak impacting 37 states and sickening over 600 people in the US is being linked to certain imported onions. A warning from the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention says fresh, whole red, white, and yellow onions from Chihuahua, Mexico were distributed to grocery stores and restaurants across the US by ProSource Inc. and should be discarded. Officials also urge consumers not to buy any whole red, white, or yellow onions without stickers or packaging that show where they're from, and to throw away any such onions that are already in your home. As of now, salmonella traced onions has sent 129 people to the hospital per the CDC. Federal health investigators are working to determine if any additional onions and suppliers are linked to the outbreak.
Thanks for the updates. Finally, we have something special for y'all that are listening. It's time for Trivia Slightly After 12. On this segment, we test the minds of students here on Fredonia's campus for the chance to win glorious prizes. This week, we have 3 wonderful contestants ready to win big by answering some questions. Please introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Sam. I'm hoping to become world's strongest gamer.
Okay, thank you, Sam.
Hi, I'm Ryan, and I am the world's strongest gamer.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Dan.
Hey, Dan, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Good, thanks for being here. Well, great. You guys know the drill. First one to shout their name after the question is read will be able to take a shot at answering the question. Each question is worth a point, and at the end of the game, first with the most points will be declared the winner. This week's category is games. And here we go.
Number 1. When was the first video game invented? Was it A, 1923, B, 1964, C, 1958, or D, 1940?
Ryan. The first one.
1923.
20s, dude. Really? No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Dan.
What
was it, 54?
It was 64.
64 and 50.
64.
64 is incorrect.
All right. Yeah, Sam.
58.
58.
58 is in fact correct.
Congratulations.
Good job. First time on trivia, and you get the first question right.
Oh, no.
We got first blood, gentlemen.
First blood. Fun fact, invented by a physicist, the first video game was similar to the 1970s video game Pong and was used during an open house at the Brookhaven National Laboratory.
Awesome.
Another
Super
fun
cool.
fact, I live 10 minutes away from Brookhaven National Laboratory.
It's not on the script. You can't say that.
Too bad.
All right, question number 2. How many turns did the longest recorded chess tournament last? Chess tournament match last, I should say. It's one match in a chess tournament. How many turns was it? Is it A, 167, B, 235, C, 269, or D, 382?
Sam.
269 because it has the number 69 in it.
I was going to say the same thing.
It is also correct. Yes. This
No.
match lasted 20 hours and ended with a draw.
Can I give him a 69 point?
We're going to take the hoodie off.
I was going to say the same.
Yeah,
Taking
go
the
for
hoodie
it.
off.
69.
No, right? Nice point.
Nice
point.
That's a nice point.
Sam's coming for my title.
Sam's coming in.
Right.
Sam's
coming
in. Alrighty, number 3. The video games industry is a massive force in the economy. Out of these other industries, which one surpasses the video games industry in terms of revenue? Is it A, movies, B, cell phones, C, North American sports, or D, electricity?
Ryan.
What was that?
I'm going to declare a rock, paper, scissors for it.
Oh.
Wait, do we do and shoot?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Like
Okay.
adults.
Yes.
Oh, Dan wins. He
Oh,
got scissors.
Dan won it. Dan got the scissors.
Movies.
Incorrect.
Incorrect.
Video games make more than movies.
Ryan. Electricity.
Electricity is correct.
Dan, everyone uses electricity.
That's true.
Everyone sees movies too.
Yes.
I know because I use it to game.
But not everyone saw Free Guy.
No.
I
Fun
saw Free Guy.
fact. Due to the pandemic, the video games industry made over $170 billion in revenue in 2020. That's more than North American sports and movies combined.
Damn.
It's a lot of money.
Right. And let's see. Question number 4. Which of the following is not a real version of Monopoly? Is it A, bass fishing Monopoly? B, rock, like the Stones, not the music genre, Monopoly? C, Sunmaid, as in the raisin brand Monopoly? Or D, gay Monopoly?
Ryan.
Raisin
Brand.
No.
Sam.
Sunmaid is real. It does have a real Monopoly.
Sam.
Oh.
Rocks.
Rocks like the Stones and not the music genre Monopoly?
Yes.
That is correct. That one does not exist.
No.
I thought for a second, that's very possible.
It is. I'm surprised it wasn't a thing.
I would like to
Geology.
buy a hotel on Granite.
Fun fact, Bass Fishing Monopoly has 2 versions, the Standard and Lake Edition. Sunmaid Monopoly premiered in 2006 and is still available for purchase on the Sunmaid website. And finally, Gay Monopoly was created in the 80s and was hailed by many as one of the best queerifications of all time. The policeman is a homophobic priest that sends you straight to Straight City.
Wow. Nice.
Straight City.
Incredible.
Yeah, people have been saying it needs to make a comeback.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
All right, number 5. How long were hopscotch courts originally? Is it A, 6 feet, B, 150 feet, C, 100 feet, or D, 30 feet?
Dan.
Dan.
30 feet?
Nope, not 30 feet.
Ryan. 6. 6.
That is incorrect as well.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm 100%.
Sam.
150.
150 is incorrect. It was 100 feet. Wow.
If you got that right, I would be scared. I would be very scared.
Fun fact, hopscotch was originally used for military training and dates back... What are you doing?
Scooching over.
Training and dates back to ancient Britain during the early Roman Empire.
Wow.
Very interesting.
Question 6. Which of the following games featured a soundtrack based off of a Russian love song? Is it A, Tetris, B, Super Mario World?
Ryan. Tetris.
Yes. If only anyone else knew of the most famous game of all time.
I
Second
took
to
Russian.
Minecraft.
I took Russian.
Oh, did you?
Oh, really?
I couldn't remember.
The other iconography of Tetris is like the big Russian Taj Mahal building thing with the spirals and stuff. I forget what it's called. Anyway, the song was a 19th century folk song called Korubiniki. Oh, I got it. It was about the courtship between a peasant girl and a peddler.
And there
Very
is a
nice.
Tetris opera
Oh, cool.
based on that song, yeah.
Okay, anyway, we're halfway through.
We are halfway
What's
through.
this? What are the current standings?
The current standing is Dan with nothing.
Not even on the board.
Not even on the board.
Dan is here though. He is here.
Dan is existing.
Dan's here.
Ryan has 2 points.
Yes, sir.
Sam has 3 points and a nice point.
Gamer.
He's gaming.
He is gaming.
Is the nice point included in the 3 points?
We'll find out.
I can't lose my title.
Are you guys ready for number 7?
What is this?
Yes.
It's great, isn't it?
I've never heard of this.
Oh, it's fantastic. Number 7, the popular tabletop RPG Dungeons & Dragons has had many official magical items over its 5 editions. Which of these magical items is not an official item? Is it A, the Ring of Bureaucratic Wizardry, B, the Sword of Brick Throwing, C, the Gourd of Travel, or D, the Horn of Bubbles?
Ryan. The first one.
Ring of Bureaucratic Wizardry is incorrect.
Sam.
Why?
Sam.
Whatever D was.
Horn of Bubbles is also incorrect.
Dan?
Sword
of Rock Throwing?
The Sword of Rock Throwing is in fact correct. Dan is
Brick
on
throwing,
the board. Oh,
Brick
brick throw, rock, brick throw.
Same thing.
Bricks
Brick
are just
throw.
square rocks.
Brick Rock.
Yeah, if you think about
The
it.
rocks that try harder.
Fun fact, the Ring of Bureaucratic Wizardry is exactly as it sounds. When a wizard who is wearing this ring casts a spell, a sheet of papers and a quill appear in their hand, and they must fill out the forms to complete the casting of the spell. Each form takes 1 action to complete.
Wonderful. That's so good. I need to add all these in my game.
Did you like that?
The
fact?
sword of
I
brick
did
throwing
that.
is really good.
Yeah.
Just like you have as an action, you could throw a brick 20, 60 feet range, does a d6 bludgeoning damage.
But like you try to swing the sword and it does nothing.
It's like the Link blade beam.
Yeah, but if you try to swing the sword, it doesn't do anything. So you can only
You can
throw the
only
brick
throw a
through
brick.
the sword.
All right, question number 8. The original hippos in the famous game Hungry Hungry Hippos have names. Which of the following is not one of their names? Is it A, Lizzie Hippo, B, Home Hippo, C, Henry Hippo, or D, Tony Hippo?
Ryan.
Tony is correct. Tony's not one of their names.
I knew that.
Lizzie is purple, Home is green, Henry is orange, and Harry is the yellow hippo. Later editions sometimes change their names and colors.
Alrighty, number 9. How long was the longest game of Uno? Was it A, 55 hours, B, 90 hours, C, 130 hours, or D, 170 hours?
Dan? 50 whatever hours.
55 hours is incorrect.
Sam. Wait, can you repeat them?
Oh, you can't buzz in and ask.
Is it 90 hours, 130 hours, or 170 hours?
130.
130 is incorrect.
Ryan. 90.
90 is...
Blew it.
Blew it. Incorrect.
What do you mean?
The longest game of Uno was 170 hours. Fun fact, this game of Ultimate Uno was played in Germany in 2011. It lasted from January 5th to January 12th.
Damn Nazis.
That's right. I was there for that one.
That's not what I expected.
There's a lot to unpack there. There's a lot to unpack there. I don't even know what to say about that. Let's just move right.
Hans, I have the reverse.
Oh.
Good to know.
Next question says during World War II.
See?
Which of the following board games assisted the escape of Allied prisoners of war from their Nazi captors? Was it A, Battleship, B, Monopoly, C, Sorry, or D, Candyland?
Dan.
Dan.
Battleship.
No.
Ryan.
Ryan.
Monopoly.
Monopoly is correct. Nazis let Britain send the prisoners board games, and among them was Monopoly. Inside the boxes were tools for escape, such as real banknotes, metal files, compasses, and silk maps.
I would also like to mention that I am giving Sam a foreshadow point.
Foreshadowing point.
Yes.
They got the get out of jail free card.
That was a good one. Give Ryan an epic pun point.
Thank you.
Are there pity points like in the end of Mario Party?
Sure, give him a pity point.
Give him and take the L point. Like from Fortnite.
Oh boy. All right.
Question 11, please.
Time to get this back on track. Question number 11. Which is the best-selling Legend of Zelda game? Is it A, Breath of the Wild?
Ryan.
Breath
of the Wild.
That is correct.
Those are some weak sauce questions.
Or am I just a strong gamer?
That. Who wrote that?
That one's weak and the Tetris one's weak. I'm like, God, this is common sense.
I think that was Hunter.
I will personally see to it that we have harder trivia next time.
Fun fact. Breath of the Wild sold 20.77 million copies, becoming one of the best-selling games of all time.
Wow.
That's pretty
so cool.
I sold
I'm
most of those.
Very excited for this next fact.
Here's the last question. The last one that will decide the game.
Yes.
Eels and Escalators is a modified version of Chutes and Ladders in the classic Nicktoon, SpongeBob SquarePants. Which is not true about the game? A. There are 5 eels and 4 escalators on the board. B. The game was recreated and sold as a modified version of Chutes and Ladders in Greece. C. The game appears in 3 other episodes of the show outside of its original appearance in Sailor Mouth. And D. It's possible to roll both an eel and an escalator, but it's unknown what happens if you do.
Dan. It is possible to roll both an eel and an escalator?
That is false. That can occur, and there's no.
I
way to
thought
do it.
which one was true.
All 3 of these are true. Give Dan a clean out his ears point. Not paying attention. Ryan.
The first one, there are 5 eels and 4 ladders.
4 ladders?
Or escalators.
That is correct. There are actually 4 eels and 3 escalators on the board. Give him that last point.
Ryan gets the last point.
Also, one of the escalators is facing the wrong way on the board. It just goes backwards. So it screws you if you land on it.
I'm the world champion in that game.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You
All right.
went to Greece.
So we have to do some super epic gaming calculations to determine who is about to win the game.
Yes.
So we are going to kill the mics for just a moment. Please stay civil and don't say anything mean to each other or about me because I will cry.
Everyone should do this.
Wrong
the other
way.
Everyone loses 3 points for giving me the L. So just write a -3 on all of their points.
So I have no points.
-3, -3, -3. I was just given the L by everyone in the room. Unfortunately, no one abstained from giving me the L, keeping their points. But that's how it is. Alex, would you like to announce who won the game?
Sure. In last place with 1 point, a pity point, And a clear out your ears point, also minus 3 points, is Dan.
Well done, Dan.
In second place with 3 points, a nice point, a foreshadowing point, and also minus 3 points, is Sam. Which means our winner for games trivia with 6 points, an epic pun point, but minus 3 points, is Mr. Ryan.
Another one to add to my collection of games beaten.
Ultimate gamer here.
Ultimate gamer indeed. What a shame. Man.
What a contest.
What a
Ryan really
contest.
came back from
He
that.
did.
That was
It was
surprising.
a strong start from Sam.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed
Absolutely.
in myself. I failed to become world's strongest gamer.
That
I
just
would like you
means
to
you might
become-
have to come back the next time we do games trivia.
Oh, yeah.
I
When's
just
that?
might have to.
I don't know. Soon.
I want you to be my apprentice.
Thank you.
I will train you to be world's greatest gamer.
Yes, master.
All right, this is getting kind of weird in here. So I think we're about done with games trivia. Thanks for tuning in to Trivia, folks. We're going to turn it back to our host to end the show. Press next level button. Boop. Now it's loading. Next level's loading.
Yeah. It's taking a while.
Pro tip. Tune in to High Noon Friday every Friday from noon to 1. But stay for trivia. It's the best part. Tool tip. Dying is bad.
Tooltip. Don't use an Acer laptop to play video games.
That's a good tool tip.
Yes.
Looks like it's...
That wraps it up for this week's broadcast of High Noon Friday. Thank you for joining us, and make sure you tune in next week, same time, same place. High Noon Friday has been brought to you on WCVF 88.9 FM The Voice and WDVL 89.5 The Inferno on the web.
High Noon Friday is assembled through collaboration with students from Dr. Daly's Audio Production 2 class. Our producers and scriptwriters are Jackson DiCarlo, Alex Erwin, Kowalyk, and Hunter Halterman. News is presented and read by Cascio Fonseca. Sports is prepared and read by Trevor Hauer, and weather is prepared and read by Jules Hoepting. Tune in next week for another great edition of High Noon Friday. I'm Kowalyk.
And I'm Hunter Halterman. Thanks for listening, and make sure to tune in next week, same time, same place. Have a great weekend, Fredonia.